All right, not as many questions as I thought. Really just those two. Fox Bet Sportsbook has CP3 as the favorite to win Finals MVP, followed by Giannis and then Booker, DeAndre Ayton. Both CP3 and Giannis in search of their first title, and MVP would be a sweet compliment to that. So, Broussard, who is the Finals MVP right now? CP3 or Giannis?
Jenna, obviously, Giannis has been the best player. We all can see that. But Finals MVP is not about being the best individual player. It is about what individual contributes the most to his team winning. All right, that's it. It is the ultimate individual/team award. So you must win. That's why it doesn't always automatically just go to the winning team's best player. All right, we saw Cornbread Maxwell, Cedric Maxwell, win it in 1981, even though Larry Bird was on that Celtics team, because Cornbread was more valuable in that series. We saw Tony Parker win it in 2007, despite having Tim Duncan being the best player on the team for the Spurs. James Worthy won it in 1988 with Magic Johnson on his team. It's about who's best in that series as far as helping his team win. The Finals MVP is a celebratory award. So how in the world can a guy from the losing team celebrate losing? You can't do it. I understand Jerry West wanted lose it on the losing team in 1969. Here's what happened. That was the first time they ever had a Finals MVP. And the voters didn't really know what they were doing. And since then, they've righted themselves and they've never given it to someone from the losing team. If anyone deserved it from a losing team, it would be LeBron James in 2015 when he averaged 36, 13, and 9. I mean, how you get better than that? But he lost, so he didn't get the award when Golden State beat him. Averaged a triple-double in 2017 and didn't get it. So it has to go to the winning team, and right now that would be Phoenix up 2-1. If it was voted right now, it'd have to be Chris Paul.
100%. I mean, I don't know how you guys want me to follow that up. That's exactly right. I mean, it's obviously going to go to the winning team, and right now it's CP3. I think everybody right now is just standing there waiting to give this guy not only his flowers but his NBA Finals MVP trophy. This dude, what he did this year for this organization, it's priceless. I mean, he's taken Devin Booker and helped him go to another level. Ayton, we were looking at Ayton like, all right, he's just a guy. Now he's a bona fide superstar. That's where he's ascending to. And Monty Williams turning him into a coach that we're now talking about. Oh, he's a genius. He's great. But yeah, if the Bucks come back and they happen to pull this off, then of course it's Giannis. It's easy. It's a no-brainer, Wilds.
Okay. So Broussard touched on this, and Brandon, you touched on it yesterday. Broussard touched on the fact that this is an individual award, and it's sort of like it doesn't always go to the best player. Got it. And Brandon, you mentioned yesterday that Devin Booker has struggled since he got his nose broken by Patrick Beverley. Nick, do you think that Devin Booker's terrible performance in Game 3 has eliminated him from MVP conversation? Because I don't. I actually think it helps his case, because this is now part of the narrative. That Devin Booker, rather than just like not talking about it, like, hey guys, I'm out here with a broken face. It's really hard. You wouldn't go to your job at, you know, the podiatrist's office if you had a broken nose. I'm out here having to drive to the hole. Look, I'm taking on a huge burden here. I scored 27 points in Game 1, 31 points in Game 2. If Devin Booker comes out and has 2 more big games, I think he could go and steal the MVP because it's a narrative award. But he needs to mention publicly that he's, like, you know, playing under duress. Do you buy this theory? You're not going to buy it. You don't like my theories, but it's a great theory.
No, I don't buy the theory, and I take the whole you wouldn't go to your podiatrist's office with a broken nose comment as a not-so-veiled shot directly at me when I've been walking around my entire life with what appears to be a broken nose. I go to work every day with it, so I didn't need that. But somehow, your commentary did not infuriate me as much as Broussard's. Because Chris Broussard came on this television show, a man of integrity, man of God, great father, amazing husband, came on this show and just started making up lies. Chris Broussard, you just decided what finals MVP rules were, and there are none. You're like, yes, I do understand that the first finals MVP ever went to a guy on a losing team, but that's because those folks didn't know what they were doing. Or maybe they knew exactly what they were doing. Maybe they actually got it right. And then you said, well, the history is no one has ever won it since then from the losing team. And you mentioned LeBron in 2015. That voting was 7-4. So if 2 of the Iguodala voters had switched their votes to LeBron, then the precedent would already be set. It's not like a guy on a losing team has never received a vote. Quite the contrary. Just a few years ago, a guy on a losing team came 2 votes away from winning the whole thing. Listen, Finals MVP is an award that, because of the way it is done, it's almost haphazardly put together. You have voted on it, Broussard. You can speak to this better than me. It's like in the waning moments of the final NBA Finals game, it's like, hey, you have a vote, you have a vote. And you can't submit it early because if it's a close game late. There have been some bad ones. In 1970, Willis Reed won it instead of his teammate Walt Frazier. I would argue in 1980, Kareem should have won it, but Magic had that amazing Game 7. I think that Duncan should have won it over Kawhi in 2014. I think KG should have won it over Pierce. But those are teammates, right?
Steph.
There are instances of losing. Yes, Steph absolutely should have won it over Iguodala, but LeBron should have won it over both of them. Jerry West did win it as a losing player in 1969. I think Kareem should have won it as a losing player in 1974. The problem there was Havlicek would have gotten screwed in both instances. Havlicek didn't win it in 69, and then in 74, it's like, wait, we're going to take another Finals MVP from a guy on the winning team. It's the same guy in Havlicek. I think LeBron clearly should have won it in 2015. And right now, it's not close. Right now, it's not arguable. Right now, the best player, the most valuable player, the most dominant player, the guy who, if he wasn't in the series, his team would have lost all 3 games by 40-plus points, is Giannis. So if they lose in 5, then it's not a discussion. Like LeBron you mentioned 2017. LeBron was unbelievable in 2017. But his team lost in 5, so he cannot win the award. But if it goes 6 or 7...